So the result, consumer trust, influencers are often perceived as more relatable than celebrities because they share aspects of their daily life and connect with audiences on a personal level. Influencer creates the impression of being real people, which help audiences identify with them. When influencers clearly disclose sponsorships, paid partnerships, or gifted product, audiences are more likely to view them as honest and credible. Transparent communication not only complies with advertising guidelines, but also strengthens the authenticity that followers value. In contrast, undisclosed advertisements or covert promotions can damage credibility. When followers discover that content was paid for but not disclosed, they may feel deceived or manipulated, resulting in skepticism and reduced trust in both the influencer and brand. So this lack of transparency can harm the influencer's reputation and weaken their persuasive influence. Therefore, maintaining a balance between honesty and responsible disclose is crucial for influencers seeking to establish and sustain long-term influence. For buying behavior, micro influencers are widely recognized for generating higher engagement than larger influencers. They are smaller, but more targeted audiences tend to interact more actively with the content because the influencers appear approachable, relatable, and connected to the community. These closer relationship fosters a sense of authenticity and trust, making followers more receptive to product recommendation. Purchase intention rises when authenticity is perceived, regardless of influencer size. So audiences appreciate honesty, transparency, and genuine experiences. When influencers share content that feels authentic rather than overly commercial, consumers are more inclined to consider and purchase the endorsed product. In contrast, mega influencers play a large role in building brand awareness than in influencing individual purchase decision. With followers count exceeding 1 million, they offer extensive reach that global brands utilize for visibility and recognitions of campaigns. In terms of attitude, consumers are heavily influenced by perceived similarity with influencer. When followers view influencers as sharing similar lifestyle, value, or challenges, they develop a sense of identification. This perceived similarity boosts trust and relatability, making consumers more inclined to adopt the influencer's attitude and recommendations. It's also strengthened parasocial relationship where audiences feel as though they personally know the influencer, further increasing their persuasive influence. Social proof, as demonstrated by likes, share, and comments, reinforces this effect as well. High engagement signals indicate that a product or endorsement is popular and widely accepted, prompting consumers to assume its credibility and quality. In uncertain situations, individuals tend to look towards others' behaviors as a guide, and influencer posts with visible interaction create the impression of collective approval. This not only enhances attractiveness, but also encourages conformity among audiences. Emotional connection, on the other hand, further increases their persuasion. Influencers often use storytelling, humor, vulnerability, and experiential content to connect with followers on a deeper level. When consumers feel emotionally engaged, they are less critical and more receptive to persuasion. This bond transforms product endorsements from simple advertisements into meaningful recommendations, significantly increase the likelihood of shaping attitude and purchase decisions. For discussion, micro-influencers are often more effective for niche targeting because their audiences are smaller, more focused, and more engaged. These influencers usually operate within specific communities such as fitness, gaming, and sustainable living, where their credibility and relatability strongly resonate. In contrast, mega influencers are best suited for achieving mass visibility and broad brand recognition. With millions of followers across diverse demographics, their offers unmatched reach, which is especially valuable for global campaigns seeking to maximize exposure. While their personal influence on individual purchase decisions may be less pronounced, their endorsements generate widespread awareness and can swiftly position brands within popular culture. So trust and transparency are essential for effectiveness. Consumers are, we call it, increasingly expecting influencers to be honest about sponsorship and to share genuine experiences rather than polished advertisements. Clear disclosures and authentic communication boost credibility when hidden promotions or insincere endorsements risk damaging both the influencers and the brand reputations. For the ethical consideration, research show that transparency increases trust as followers appreciate honesty and are more deceptive when they know the influencer is open about collaborations. Undisclosed advertisements can damage credibility and foster skepticism towards both the influencer and the brand. However, influencer culture also poses risks of misinformation, as influencers often present themselves as relatable peers rather than formal experts. Their opinions and advice can sometimes seem like factual claims. This is especially problematic in areas such as health, finance, or lifestyle, where unverified recommendations might mislead consumers or encourage harmful behavior. When influencers prioritize engagement over accuracy, misinformation can spread quickly, amplified by the trust followers place in them. Therefore, my conclusion, the influencer culture is reshaping consumer brand relationship by transferring persuasive power from companies to individuals who act as trusted intermediaries. Unlike traditional advertising, influencers build parasocial bonds with followers, blending personal stories with endorsement to create intimate peer-like connections where loyalty often rests more on the influencer than the brand. Therefore, rises concern about authenticity, transparency, and ethics as hidden sponsorship, exaggeration claims, and unrealistic portrayal risk undermining trust and promoting harmful norms. So influencer marketing must prioritize credibility, clear disclosure and alignment between brand and influencer values, while society must advance media literacy, ethics standards, and regulatory oversight to balance persuasion with responsibility. So that's about it. These are my references, and thank you very much.